Schmeppy.
Hey, look, my shirt. Megan got it from my Christmas. It's looks like a Vincent Van Gogh, except that's a D20.
Oh yeah, I like it.
This?
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. Well, see, it's really cold down here. I'll probably put my traditional sweater on before you know it. Usually, what happens. I don't know. How's it go? Let me show you something cool, right? I'm going to present my entire screen. This is what I figured out on my own. I was goofing with this, and this will be cool. See if it's working. So there's a big difference between when you're doing this thing online, right? The reveal, okay, and what I can show you, right? And so I want to show you things, but reveal things to you at the same time. Like so these are all the different. This is what I come up with. This is what I was working on, right? So Lord Binfor's Keep, right? If you click on this is that interactive map you're messing with, right? So that's kind of awesome, right? So then the other thing is like your caves. I went ahead and pretend like you're mapping them. So I went ahead and put labels on them. What you've been to, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So then I've also here I found a really cool looking Borderlands map that we can look at and we can use for our own discussion.
Oh, nice.
But here's the cool thing is like all the quote unquote rooms are here. So what happens is I could show you what the room is, then we could draw them in Schmeppy as we go. All right.
Okay.
The other thing too is I also have my own personal monster cyclopedia page, which is a pop out. I guess it would be here. And therefore, if I wanted to show something out of monstrosities, you say, "Oh my God, there's something." You come in and I say, "Okay, you have, let's say, Mistmen." I click on this thing, and you have a visual of what these things look like. I'm trying to find ways to do things. I guess it's my incessant need to tinker. I guess it's my inner nature. Incessant need to tinker is what I am, right? So, anyways, so that's a cool thing, right? That's the monster thing. This is if I need to just do a D20 roll real quick. Oh my God, I wish I was stabbing you right now. That would have been cool, right? But obviously, this is like a really quick roller.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for me, it's a quick roller. Maybe I should do my rolls here. You do your rolls on that, which is kind of
well. It is quick, and I was doing that when I was doing character creation. Like when I was trying to figure out the amount of gold pieces they had left, I would go and I'd roll the 3d6, and like I made a couple other characters just back up, like for the Stone Valley thing, because I didn't know if Kvetch bought it and you wanted a cleric. I made a cleric named Arlo. I made a fighter named Fergus. I was thinking about a half ogre and I was going that route, but then I don't know. I switched him to a human because I didn't know. Yeah.
We kick in the traditional. I think we kick in that era. It's hard to imagine a half ogre hanging out with humans, but whatever.
Yeah, well, not with the paladin anyway. So yeah. So I got a fighter there, and I got a cleric just in case. But anyway,
I saw these guys. I was going to put them on the page for Stoneheart Valley, and like I said, well, I don't want to put them on until they're on. Because then it just confuses. Because I thought then we could just like put them on, and they might update or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. So just talking about your page, because we're still doing about that, is your character page. Obviously, I put all your guys here for my ease of access.
Sure.
So if I'm going to do a roll behind the scenes, which is something that may happen. I might say, "Ooh, I'm going to do a check on so and so." So I'm going to turn around and do a check. I go here, and go, boom. I say, "See what that 10 means?" And I can jump in here. I see, yeah, he passed his dex check, so he's okay or whatever. I mean, I can. I think it's like for a viewer. Like I found that actually people are actually like watching this because someone wrote something on my comment. I don't know. Did you see it?
No, I can't see any of the comments.
What? No, wait. I gotta show you something. This is too funny.
Mean, maybe I've got to subscribe. I don't know, but I thought I did subscribe to you. I don't know, but I didn't. I can't subscribe.
Half the stuff is you, man. So we just put here.
I thought I did.
Swords. I think it's spelled swords. Swords, wizardry. And what is this? Keep
on the Borderlands.
On. Bring it up. Watch this. Boom. Let's see what happens here. Keep on. Part 1, part 2. Why are we down like part 8? I don't know. What is it?
It's something. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can check in part 8. Wasn't it part 7? Part 7? Yeah. Oh, maybe 7. Maybe this one. Somebody made a comment. Wait, let's see. Was it this guy? No, No comments at 7. Maybe we're just talking about 8. Maybe it's 8. It's too funny. Like, I mean, right now it's like we just put these things out, so it doesn't matter. Maybe it's this one. Ah, it's got to be this one. Boom. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah. We're watching, John. It says Horus of Oz made a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I can't listen to myself. Boom. Boom. So it's funny, like I guess some people are like checking us out. So let's I'm trying to make it so it's more visually entertaining for people that might be looking at it. It might be fun to do. I got to tinker with it. Like I said, it's my horrible, incessant need to make things better. But your guys are here, so I have to look something up real quick. That's cool. And obviously it'll change. And when I change it, I just change the tiles. No big deal. So, and then the last thing we have. Oh, the rolls thing. Schmeppy's already ready to go. So boom, I punch it. It's out, right? So, and then obviously here's Schmepp. I have shot Meppy open twice, and then of course the Google Meets. We're ready to go.
Well, so, what I need.
First off, let's go back.
Well, if you can send me the chat, the further of Schmeppy, because my link to Schmeppy just gets me to the main Schmeppy. I need your specific number.
Specific Schmeppy. Okay.
Yeah. The specific
oh
link.
yeah. I'll send it to you. That's cool.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull up the rest of my guys.
That's cool. Schmeppy.
I love these Google Docs, being able to make changes as we.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of horrid if you had to write on paper. You just have eraser marker.
Well, but this way, if I make a mistake or if I, you can also go in and you can look at it too. Because
that's true.
Because honestly, my brain is so fixated on 18 is +3, 16 is 17 is +2, because I guess that's basic D&D. I constantly default to that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. No, but this works. This is I just
18 +3? Is it?
Yeah, that's in basic D&D though. I mean, but this is absolutely fine. And and the other thing with basic D&D is when they streamline things, everything was the same. So every single stat bonus across all the different attributes was always the same. In Swords and Wizardry, not only does it change between attribute, but then it also changes by character class. So it's absolutely fine. It's just, my simple brain has to keep up.
No. Well, I mean, what's funny is like, okay, so what I found out, okay, if you look back on Advanced D&D, which in fact, I have several of the books. I should send you one. Anyways, the original Player's Handbook. I'm sure you have one, right?
I have it. I've got a couple copies on me. Yeah.
No kidding. Oh man, we could actually play Advanced D&D now that you have that. If you go back and read those things, so confusing, but everything had its own thing. And it's like, but it's sort of funny. It's like, it's funny. I remember rolling up a character. Everybody was 1800. Everyone had a plus whatever. I mean, the max on everything. No one rolls 1800. We're going to pretend everybody does, But it's, but I think what happened was, I think in reality, and this is the funny thing, I think in reality, we were playing Swords and Wizardry. I mean, it was Advanced D&D, but you couldn't follow all those rules. There's too many of them. It's too confusing. So we as middle school kids were really playing Swords and Wizardry. It just wasn't called that. It just was kind of like it's all truncated to
it's all D&D.
I mean, it's all D&D. You roll some dice, you kill something, you're D&D.
Yeah, I really like that guy that does Dungeon Craft, where he basically said, it's not really matter what you roll. It's everybody, you get a +7 and you choose kind of where your +7s are. So +3, +2, -1. I love that.
Now, see, the only reason why I don't do that is because he doesn't do roll under ability checks.
Yeah.
So then your stats count. So his is always he has difficulty checks of 10, 15, 20, right? So if you're doing that like you do in White Star, that works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But then again, on the same token, you can never have an ability score improvement, which I have done in game. I've had somebody figure out what I consider an impossible puzzle, and I would give them an extra intelligence point. I'd say, that's it. You get an extra. You can't really reward those things because the climb is, I mean, there's, like I said, it just depends on the dungeon master and how you're doing a check. Like we're doing ours is roll under. So if it's roll under, then you probably want the number. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. But I like the idea of you kind of start with this +3 or +2, and then, or you might have to -1, but then you figure out where it is, and then you kind of figure out what those rolls are based upon those pluses and those minuses. But anyway, but again, this is
actually, 5E's like that. They actually have something in the first 10 pages. I remember you can either everyone roll or everyone gets the same kind of stat set up, and then you decide what you put up. You know, I don't know.
Where you put them. Yeah.
It's a million ways to crack an egg, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I just made that up. It's some kind of euphemism for something. I crack an egg a million different ways. We left our heroes sleeping over here in the inn. Of course, there was our friends Jonas and Millie were there, right? Does that make sense? They're all chilled out in the inn doing their thing, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of where we are with this. And if I'm not mistaken, Lanwean got kind of caught by one of the town guards.
Lanwean got busted. So where we left it was the town guard, a guy with a spear, had walked him home.
Do you remember his name?
I do not remember the name, but you said it was Ellsworth.
Yeah.
So Callus comes down the stairs and shares the disapproval look with Ellsworth and Jonas, and says, "I got this," and says, "Come on, Lanwean, time to go to bed." time to go. So
he carries the wee guy upstairs, patting him on the back. So I think that. Yeah. I just want to. So when they go up, I just want to because I don't. It's kind of hard doing this. I don't know, metagaming thing. So can I just say that since they're all sharing a room, that Callus shares the information that he heard at the tavern about the daughter, the mother, and everybody agrees, that something strange is going on here. There's a mystery here. They just don't know what it is. Sure. Okay, right, that makes sense. That's fine.
Gotcha.
Cool. So I don't know. Do you want Lanwean sneaking out on the roof and going and cause some more havoc, or is he staying in?
No.
What do you plan on doing?
Lanwean's been busted by not only the Ellsworth but by Callus, and but one thing that Lanwean is going to do, Lanwean wants help learning to use his rope. So he wants to study this rope. He wants to get to know Mr. Ropey.
Okay, cool.
So Lanwean asked Callus, "Hey, can you help me with this? I know you're studying your magic. And those spells that he's studying, remember, I think I told you he's studying web and 2 webs, 2 magic missiles, and 1 detect magic.
1 detect magic, right. Okay. Yeah, so
Callus is going to try to help him. Callus is going to try to explain to that he needs to bond with this rope. Literally, he needs to learn how to use it. So Lanwean's holding the rope in his hands, and he's looking at it, and he's how many languages does Lanwean speak? Oh, he only speaks Common and Orc and Goblin. Okay, so in
Lanwean.
Yeah, he just speaks Common, and he has a intelligence of 8. He has a Common and Orc Goblin. So he's thinking towards it, and he basically says, "Up, go up."
Okay. This will be interesting. What's this? All right, so it kind of like flops around on the ground a little bit. like a fish. It doesn't really do what it kind of doesn't do what he wants to do. It just kind of like, it just kind of looks like, you can tell there's something with it, but it's not doing it.
So, in Callus tells him to say the word Elvish, and Elvish up, whatever that is.
Okay. Does Callus say the word?
No, Callus whispers it to him in his ear because he wants it to come from Lanwean. So he says, "Say this in Elvish."
Okay, so we're going to try this again. It's going to be a -2 on this roll. We're going to see what happens to him, right? Oh, it actually turns around and it lifts and it goes up, and it keeps raising, and it starts to coil on the top of the ceiling.
Okay.
I mean, all the rope, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Okay, he's going to hold on. And then Lanwean's going to say, and then he's going to tell them to say stop in Elvish. And Lanwean says stop.
Okay, it comes to a complete and utter stop. Boom, right there, right?
Okay.
And then it doesn't, like, if he pulls on it, it comes down. It does not support his weight.
Right. Okay. Oh. So we got to figure out. So So he says. So he tells him the Elvish word for down, and he says down. Does it all come down?
So easily, it says down. It comes straight down and lands back down where it started.
Okay.
It actually makes the bag out. It just totally coils up in the bag.
Okay. Nice. So now we got to figure out. So he takes a corner of it out and puts it next to the bed, and he's going to say, in Elvish, he's going to tell him to use the word knot, tie knot.
Okay.
And he's going to say tie knot, like around like the corner of the bed. That's what he's thinking.
It twisted. It makes a knot clearly on the bedpost.
Okay.
Very secure knot.
Very secure knot. Nice. Then he's going to tell him to untie in Elvish.
I have a feeling this word gets stuck.
Yeah. No.
It's tied on the bed and it's not coming untied.
Okay.
Because what exactly was the word you used? You said.
He said untie. All he said was untie.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So he's going to try to tell him a more complicated. He's going to say untie knot.
Okay.
So we have to say up, down, tie knot, and untie knot. Yeah, I better write this down. Okay.
It says not untie.
Not untie. It says no. Say untie knot.
It's stuck. He's got to come up with a different phrase or different word.
Okay.
You got up, you got down, you got knot. You have to come up with a different word.
Undo.
Okay, so it totally unties.
Oh, undo. Okay. So we have up, down, knot, and undo. Nice.
if you remember it.
All right, sweet. Okay. Callus seems a little bit exasperated. He goes, anybody else need any help with their magic items?
There was another word in there. I don't know if you remember it.
There was up, down, tie knot.
No, there's another command in there. I guess you have to go watch it. I guess you have to go watch the video when we get done. There was another command you came up with, I think.
Oh. Up, down.
You'll figure it out. First time you go to use it, you go, oh, wait. Okay, never mind.
All right.
It was simple, I think. I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. Up. That's what I got. I got up, down, knot, and undo. Maybe coil. I don't know. Hold. Back. It'll be fun. All right. So
you'll figure it out. Believe me, it's all figured out. I'm writing it all down. So nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Lanwean's very excited. Okay. So
this is what he's doing. This is what you guys do in the after hours. You play with the rope. Play with the rope in the room.
We're playing the rope. So Callus says his studies. Dale, I've cast all my spells to cure Callon. Callon's actually back up. I think everybody's back up to full health.
Yeah, we went through. They're max. They're good.
Oh, except for Callus. So they're going to go to sleep, and Callus gets to roll a 1d4.
Yeah.
All right. So 1d4. Ooh, 4. He's back
cool.
up.
So he's at now 4. Right.
He's at 27.
Cool.
Okay. So the next morning we wake up. This is our sort of day of rest because we just said come back. Right. Does Callon get to try to recover from the curse at any time? Does he get a saving throw at all? Or
what we're gonna do? The best thing to do is right now he's gonna do a saving throw.
Okay.
If he fails it, all of his checks will either be at a +2 and all his hits will be at a -2.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because he'll be exhausted. So everything's going to be a little goofed. And if he does it, if he fails checks twice in a row, like 2 days in a row, then it's -4, minus. You get the idea. I seriously doubt you're going to fail, which maybe I don't know. So what we do is do a saving throw check on him. So the saving throw for him would be, let me look at your sheet. This is Callon, right? His saving throw is 11.
11. Yeah. Because he's level 4.
11. Go ahead, roll it. See what happens.
Oh, all righty.
What is it?
13.
13.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're good. All right, so you shake it off, right? You see,
okay.
I think you probably had enough stress for that day and all maxed out that you're able to sleep through whatever nightmares might have came into your head. You kind of have it was a full sleep, maybe not the best ever, but enough that you don't feel like you're tired or exhausted about anything.
Okay.
So are the saving throws changed on that? Your guys' saving throws? I don't know if we changed them.
Yeah, I did. I changed them. The only one that changed was, well, no, they did, because they're level 4, and I looked at the book, and Callon's went from, as a ranger, went to 11. Dale's went from a 15 to a 14.
Wait. Let me see. Let's see if they've changed on here. Okay, so this 11. That's right. All right, you said, who is it, Dale?
Yeah, because you copied it after I changed it.
I must have put these on there. So Callus should be at 12. Is that right on your thing?
On my thing, Callus is a 12. Yes, Callon is 11. Saving throw.
Okay, and Lanwean's 12.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, I think everybody's fine. I think I made all the changes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is easy for me to look at. I think I was like, it's kind of cool. You're such a good player that you could try. I don't have to like really, really check all your stuff because you're taking care of it. I don't have to go back and, oh man, he forgot to take arrows off. I don't have to worry about that crap. You just take care of it. So I'm good with that.
Just
less work for me.
I am obsessive. Yeah. Well, it's also,
So next week,
it's all part of like, advancing. You get bonuses. All right.
It's a good part. You make sure they're in there. So you wake up the next morning and obviously you can smell bacon and eggs. You smell all sorts of good stuff cooking. You guys wake up. It's like actually a little later than you're normally used to sleeping, right? There's like probably a couple of things you probably should do today. Like,
yes.
Number one, you should probably get your armor checked over in town, right? Just make sure no busted links or dented plates and stuff like that. Because you guys were in a couple of battles. Another thing is you should probably get them washed. I think to say at least they're probably blood stained and all that, unless you like that look. But and I think I'm assuming you probably all have one set of clothes. Lanwean's the only one that has 2.
Right.
You might want to go to the mercantile, buy another set, and these are options. I'm just giving you options.
Yeah.
Another thing is you could secure a room for a week and just start keeping a stash of clothes in there so you're sort of clean when you go through town and you kind of do a rotation. They have a launder. The mercantile, the guy will take care of you, right?
Yeah.
So, if you went down and talked to Namen, right, he could take care of making sure that you always look presentable in town. Nice. These are your options. You do what you want, but you haven't talked to, there's other people around town that you haven't even met yet. So there's a lot you can do before you go back out in the caves, or you can just say, let's just go. We're still muddy. Let's go make it worse and then come back. It's up to you.
We have one day, and so the group's going to be talking about what they want to do. Callus really wants to meet. Well, I wrote these notes down. Callus is letting them know that he wants to find out more about the eye. He wants to talk to whoever the Lord's mage's consultant. I think you told me that was Arlius Knock.
Aurelius Knock, yeah.
Aurelius Knock.
Aurelius
Okay.
Knock.
And he really wants to learn more spells and maybe trade that staff, but he's not sure. Callon is right there with you. He wants to clean his armor and take care of it, but Callon, as a ranger, he takes care of his own gear. So he's going to clean and kind of fix his links, and but I think getting clothes would be nice. Lanwean wants to go visit the blacksmith and see if he can find about some caltrops. He also has to purchase some arrows because he's down. And Dale is very concerned. Well, I guess so. Dale's going to talk to Callon and find out if, how you feeling, laddie? I'm feeling better. Okay. So I guess he doesn't need to go get the guy about the remove curse spell. But all right, so we're going to go down and have breakfast. And we are going to speak with Jonas and Millie about keeping that room for ourselves for the week. How much would that cost for renting it?
We are looking at just it's a gold piece per night.
Okay. Well, Callus is going to pull.
Yeah. There is like a cheaper way, but I don't think you guys want it. It's a silver piece per night to stay in the common room, which is just like a bunch of bunk beds. And I think you guys want your own private room, but they're going to charge you I think the night was covered by Lord Binfor because you did something, but I don't think additional night. I mean, you might have to, negotiate.
Sure.
With the innkeeper.
Callon is going to pull Jonas off. Well, while they're eating breakfast, he asked Jonas if he wouldn't mind sitting and joining him. He wants to talk with him for a bit. And Callus says, "We really appreciate your hospitality. The room is great. We'd like to keep it for the week. We're going to be here definitely for one more night tonight, and then we're off to the caves. But then when we come back, it's nice to come back to a place that we know is ours, or at least we're renting. How much would you charge us to rent that room for a week, and with no one else using it?"
If you're coming back every night to eat,
yes,
obviously you're going to eat breakfast here too at the same time.
That is our plan. If we're not back by late in the evening, if we're not back in 2 days, if we're not back in 3 days, then we're not coming back at all. If we are, but hopefully our plan is to come back here in the evenings. I don't have any intention of spending the night in the Caves of Chaos.
Okay, this is what I'll do for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it like a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll hold that room. It's the nicest room I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
For four of you guys sharing that room.
Yes.
And this is a breakfast and a dinner. The best we have with ale for all of you. 30 gold pieces.
Done. Callus is going to pay the 30 gold pieces right now.
Wait, so if you want us to wash the bedding every night and do your clothes, I can get Millie to do that. Except I'm asking her to do way more than what she normally does. That you're talking like whatever clothes you have worn that day that you need all washed and dried for the next, and she would take care of all that, and she could switch out bedding every day. That means like extra work for her. I mean, I don't like working her like that because she's got so many other things to do. But we could always use more money, so I'm thinking like an extra 10 gold pieces, and then you guys would always have clean clothes folded or hanging in your room, and then you would always have clean linens on your bed. So it'd be 40 gold pieces for it all, or you could just do 30. Either way, it's what works for you.
So let's see. Callus gives him 40 gold pieces, and he gives him 2 platinum pieces. And he says, "This is for you and Millie.
Wow.
And we appreciate your hospitality, and we also appreciate if you let us know if anybody else enters that room except Millie. You and Millie."
Well, no one else is going to enter it. I'm going to actually there's I don't know if you saw it. There is a lock on the outside. I will make sure that the door stays. And he goes, in fact, what I'll do is he turns around, he goes behind the desk, he pulls out, and he's got the key for it. Mm-hmm. I'll just let you, with this, my friend, you get to have the key for this, and just give it to me at the end of your stay.
I understand. Actually, but the other thing which I'm asking is right? if you notice anybody else, and Callus kind of looks at Lanwean, anyone, any character that is trying to get into that room beyond the 4 of us.
So you're talking about Finnegan up that, right?
I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to do anything that would cause you or Millie any harm. I don't want any harm to come to either. You could just let us know.
Well, there's been a rule in this place that Finnegan's not allowed to go upstairs. So we pay close attention to that guy. He's we know what we're dealing with him. He's been one to kind of mess with things. I can't say he might be able to go up through the roof or what like that, but usually,
yeah,
he's a little bit lazy too. I'm just letting you know. We're putting that out there.
I understand.
So I just want to say something, okay?
Yeah.
And this is something to take into consideration. I see you're like obviously affluent in the sense that you have finances. I just ask, this may be a favor to ask of you, if you have wealth or objects that you wish to keep guarded, don't keep them in my inn. There's the coin exchanger. You might want to take it down to him. He does have a strong room downstairs, and he would actually rent out a box or whatever it is, and then you can lock your stuff up in a room.
Oh,
it's going to be way more protected. People will burn down my inn to take that money if they knew how much. I don't know how much you're carrying around, but obviously you're very generous, and I just want to make sure that you're safe and I'm safe. I don't want my family jeopardized. And if everybody knew the money was not here, and they wouldn't bother us.
We understand, and we will.
Willis, guys,
we will follow your advice.
I think Willis is not. He's not the nicest person, but you're not paying someone to be nice when they're giving you your money. You're paying them to protect your money.
Yep.
So you might want to go have a nice talk with him. But I don't know what he would charge. But keeping your stuff here makes us nervous because clearly you're one of the, how would you say, most generous guests we've had in a while.
Yeah. We will. I will heed your advice. And at that exact same time, Callon hands him 10 gold pieces because Callon's not going to be in his debt. And Dale hands him, I'm taking him off him right now. Dale hands him 10 gold pieces. I'm not sure why I'm down that much with him, but Dale hands him 10 gold pieces. So Callus is now, back up to 115. But Lanwean does not.
He spent all his money on explosives.
Lanwean just pretends like he doesn't see the other two giving him 10 gold pieces. He just, could you?
One of those. Okay, I didn't know it was one of those things. That's hysterical. All right, so yeah, I don't know how that's going to roll over. Yeah. You want to roll for Callus's reaction? You can roll for. I just want to see what Callus's reaction.
Oh no, Callus just rolls his eyes. He knows. He knows Lanwean. He knows. Callus. Callus notices.
What we're dealing with, right? Oh my God.
No, this wasn't done sneakily. I mean, Lanwean. Callus offered to pay, and Lanwean, thank you, buddy.
It's one of those things. Oh,
yes.
That's hysterical. That's too funny.
Yeah. All right. So So they eat a wonderful breakfast. Now, the gold that they have on them really is enough for. I mean, they're not going to leave any gold there. I mean, the gold it's little, except for Callus has that necklace, that ivory bracelet, and that gem.
Yeah, I thought you guys had quite a bit.
Well, I never knew what the second amount. Oh, you said that the Lord.
This is you got 371 silver pieces. You had 100. I don't know where you gave everybody's money to, but
it was on the last notes on your thing. On your last notes, you changed them.
Yeah, I turned around and added them on. But you realize there's 10 coins to a pound. If you have 408 copper pieces, you have 40 pounds of copper.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to go put that in the money box. Okay.
Yeah, 37 pounds of silver, 40 pounds of this. That's what you're talking about. And obviously, if you split the gold up with the people, that's fine too. But I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of weight you're carrying for.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Doesn't make
okay.
sense. Yeah, if you want, then you could decide what you're putting what, and I can write it down and I put it in the storeroom. You know what I'm saying? That's fine.
So I guess my question is, how much other gold coinage do I have that I didn't divvy up? Because you mentioned that Lord Binfor gave us 1,000 gold pieces, but I didn't write that down.
Well, I didn't write that down either, but yeah, you would have like 4,000. Or is that 1,000 a piece? I guess it was. That would have put you to 4th level. All right, so you got like 4,000 gold.
Oh, good Lord.
Jesus. Or was it 1,000 for all of them? I forgot how I negotiated this. Do you remember?
I don't. I just remember it was late.
Let's just say 1,000 gold pieces for all of them. And basically the level went up. It doesn't really, I mean,
okay.
You guys are going to have a ton of money, but let's just say 1,000. So that's 250 a piece. But that would actually, that's 100 pounds of gold. You're not carrying that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You don't have room to carry anything else. It's
okay.
become an encumbrance thing.
Yeah. So we're going to
go to the money changer, dude.
Yeah. Well, the first thing we're going to do.
So you think about.
Well, we're going to go do a little shopping. So let's first go to
Namen?
the Namen, the trading post.
Cool.
All right. So we all go to the trading post. We're not going to divide up yet and drive you crazy and nuts trying to track down 4 different people. So we all go to the trading post. And we walk in, and we've met Namen a number of times, and we also have met this halfling little worker bee.
Yeah.
So, greetings, Namen. Well, we're here to replenish some lost supplies.
All right. What can I do for you? What you looking for?
Lanwean says, I'd like some arrows, and do you have any? Need some torches, and you wouldn't have to have any smoke bombs, would you?
And then Namen looks to his left. You can't have those inside the keep.
Well, I wouldn't use them.
Crazy if I don't have any smoke bombs. No, why would I have something like that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, just asking. Well, arrows and some torches, please.
All right. So he turns around, he looks at his stuff, and he says, "Arrows. Here's 20 arrows here in a bundle, and they're really nice. The felching and the feathers and everything. It's 2 gold pieces for 20 arrows. How many do you need?
I'll take all 20 of those.
Okay, so he hands like 20 arrows, expecting 2 gold pieces from the wee one.
And yeah, and he gives them two gold pieces, and I can only fit 24 in a quiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put 10 in my quiver, and I'll put 10 in my backpack.
Okay.
And I know it takes 2 rounds to get out.
All right, cool. And he says for torches, it's pretty easy. There's you get 10 of them for a silver piece.
Okay, I'll take 10 of those.
So he gives you 10 of them for a silver piece.
Yep.
Okay. It's
nice.
And they're nice, but the thing is, like, you're not going to want to keep those in your backpack because they're the high oil residue, and it's just going to get all over it screw up your arrows and the feathers and everything like that. So you're probably going to want something else to put these in. So I don't know how you're planning on doing this.
Yeah.
Since you
last time you gave us another little pack, a pack for our good friend Alfred that we lost.
Yes.
Do you have another little pack like that I could put him in?
Yeah, we got one that's not as nice as the one that Alfred had, and you guys didn't bring that one back. Yeah, well, it's 2 gold pieces for this one. And what it is, it's actually like it almost looks like a scroll tube for whatchamacallit, for, like, spells and stuff like that. Except it's a little wider, it's a little shorter, it's not as long or whatever. So you're able to put them in there fairly deep,
Okay.
And
I'm
then
going to tie it to the back.
Like a scroll tube type thing for the torches. And he says it's 2 gold pieces. That's what you got
2 for that.
On.
All right. Lanwean will.
Unfortunately, it's the guy who works on this. He's left. He went to Hamlet. I have to get someone else to actually fashion this stuff. So it's like the last one I have, and that's the reason why I'm charging that much. Most people pass up on it. It's pretty much it's ornate.
Lanwean gives him two gold.
He goes, I'll show you something else that's really cool about this thing. So he takes it, and he looks at it and he says, you see the way the leather's wrapped around the base of it and then stitched up? He says, you can put oil down in there and keep them wet. And basically, if you need be, you can throw them.
Oh, nifty.
I'm just saying, like that. They have a striker on the side. So you like the flint and steel it's hanging like a little piece of steel that's hanging, and actually the strikers on the side. So you can actually, it's already all in one. So striking and lighting them, really strike, light, and then you can probably throw them. Would only take like a round, let's say. They're like, it's a specialized bag. He says the guy who made them, don't make them anymore. This is the last one. He says it's kind of neat when you think about it. It's up to you. I mean, like I said, you don't have to have it.
I bought it. I know I like it. So torch bag, he gives him 2 golds with striker on side.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had 6. So I'm going to try to.
When you're carrying the torches, you don't have to have the tinder box with you. It has a tinder box and flint and steel. You don't need that. It's all in one. So it lightens your load. Let's put it that way.
Nice.
So you just carry. You have another. Obviously, a spot holding something. There's the benefit, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
What else can I get for you, gentlemen?
Well, that was Lanwean. Lanwean's going to start just looking around. He's not putting anything in his pockets because Callus has had a conversation with him. Callus is looking. What does Callus need? I don't think Callus needs any. Callus is going to ask him about clothing. Does he have any extra clothing?
We have fine stuff, silk and stuff like that. Hey, look over towards the back end of the shop back there. There's a whole bunch of robes and stuff. This is the keep is actually a nice go-between what is running out this way, and if you look on the other side, it's towards the it's called Bard's Gate, which is out that way. And Fairhill is in here. We just get a lot of trade. This is one of the places where people like drop stuff off and make money. So what else you got? There's silk items. There's a whole bunch of different things. Nice boots. He says, you're just going to have to pick out what really looks good for you because, or unless you want something that you just, going to be knocking around. And
Callus and Callon are going to just pick out some sturdy, practical clothes. They're both practical. They're were raised in Elbender. They're not, trying to look all fancy and spiffy. Dale wants something a little nicer though. He's trying to find something nice and broad that's going to fit him. But I'm trying to think what else they need here. Dale doesn't need any more replenishes. Oh, he's got oil. He's got rope. Oh, he's got torches too on him. There's nothing really here that he needs. All right. So yeah, it's just clothing. They're gonna pick out some clothing. And
I don't know if you guys are up for this or not, but if you guys are planning on going back, I guess that's where you're going, back to the caves. You might want to check with Lord Binfor. I don't think he's supplying you with horses this time. So, I mean, if you want to buy a horse, you can buy a horse. You want to buy a mule with a wagon to haul some of your stuff back with you, that's up to you too as well. I'm just saying, like, I do have these things. You just have to, you purchase them here, and then you have to go to the stables to go pick all this stuff up. But if you're interested in buying those things, I do have those too as well. Lord Binfor, he's you do this for, and then you get this back, and then he doesn't really let you know that that's the end of its use until you turn around and you say, hey, where's the horse? You know, I'm just saying, although it's not that far, you talk about 6 miles is not that far of a walk, but 6 miles carrying 100 pounds of gold.
Oh, no. I'm with you. Callon says, I really appreciate the offer, and I will certainly consider purchasing that. Before we do that, though, I'd like to potentially hire a couple of people. I'm looking at hiring another torchbearer if that's possible, and I would like to hire someone to stay with the horses.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're looking for that, there's a couple people. I have perfect people for doing that. Can I? You don't plan on leaving right now, right? You plan on leaving?
No. We are going to be here the entire day. We are not going to be leaving till tomorrow morning. We're not going back until tomorrow morning.
So what I'm going to do, unfortunately, the torchbearer thing is going to be a little more expensive. It's going to be hard to hunt down. It's words run all around town of Alfred dying. And one of the rules is if you're with an adventuring party, that you're supposed to be protected. I know accidents happen. I'm not accusing you guys of anything, but it's going to be a really hard sell. I'm just saying. Like, so I'm going to find out what people's going rate is for helping you on your adventure. I'm just saying that. And if you're planning on, like, if you're going to get the other supplies that you need, I mean, I don't know how long you plan on being out there. Like, if it's a daily back and forth, I could sell it a whole lot better. I just say it's a daily back and forth. People will be home inside to keep at night, huh?
Our plan is to go out during the day, come back in the evening. We want to make daily runs, and if it helps in your negotiations, you can let everyone know the word that we gave Alfred's family 50 gold pieces for his.
Okay. Well, that will help. All right, but I just want to make sure I have all the things down. Now, if you go, I'm just writing this down so I can tell the guys. If it starts to get dark, if the sun starts to hit the top of the trees, are those guys supposed to come back with the cart, whether it's full or empty, or whether you're with them or not? Because if I can sit there and say the sun hangs low, they're allowed to come back, that's going to be a different price than someone who has to stay to your return. Because I tell you what, those hills start to crawl with orcs and goblins and all sorts of stuff, and people are not going to want to stay around two people that kind of don't do those things. I'm just saying, like that. You have to get, if you're going that route, you got to hire some mercenaries, and those cost a lot of money around here. Yeah.
Okay. My first rule: I don't like people that lie to me, and we will reward loyalty. So for a torchbearer that's going to go into the caves with us, we'll get rewarded. If the sun starts going down and someone will stay and wait just a little bit, they will get a reward. But if they have to come back because the sun goes down, we perfectly understand. We do not want to put anybody else in jeopardy that is not willing to be in jeopardy.
Okay, that's better. I mean, because some people might say, no, you have to stay till we return. If you don't return because calamities happen, I mean, you're supposed to stay out there for 2 days or something. I got to make sure that we're on the same page, because, like I said, like some of these people, I do this because they're really proud. I don't want to think that I'm setting them up.
Sure,
for something
I understand.
bad. And I just want to make sure. As far as the torchbearer,
and I want someone to guard the horses.
How much you guys were paying out for? I believe it was like what, a gold piece a day? It wasn't.
Well, we actually paid him 55 gold pieces for 2 days of work.
I know. I'm just saying, now. I just want to see what would you be willing? What can I tell someone, because people are scared now. If I could say, this is how much you make per day. This is how much you'll get if something happens, your family will be taken care of by this much money. If I could tell ahead of time, then I think I could sell it. Do you want an older person? Do you want a younger person? Would you take a female? I don't know if you take a female with you. Maybe that's against something, but I have to expand the net a little bit. Alfred was the one that's been doing it for quite some time, and this is the first. This is pretty big for someone dying in the town. Our town's not that big, or keep the keepers.
What would
you be willing to spend on that?
If someone's willing to go into the caves with us to carry a torch, that would be we'd be willing to spend 1 gold a day. If they're willing to come in and bear arms, that would be 2.
So you want someone to come with you? You want an extra?
That's if someone's willing to come in and carry a torch, but also, if need be, put themselves in harm's way, we're willing to pay extra. But if they're not, if they just want to carry a torch, is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But what I think that we have both learned from this is that if someone's coming in wearing armor, they have a better shot of walking out of there.
Well, if you want, you can supply them with the armor.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. If someone's willing to wear, if someone's willing to go in for 1 gold a day, we will purchase armor for them. We'll purchase leather armor for them.
Just leather?
Do you have studded leather?
Yeah, it's twice the cost. I mean, hold on a second. Let me just.
We actually have studded leather. If it's an adult human, if it's a
leather, it'd be 10 gold pieces for studded leather. Chainmail would be 75. It'd be for ringmail. It's probably gonna be like 30.
But what I'm trying to explain to you, Namen, is that we already have a set of studded leather armor.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
Oh. So what size is it? Let's start there. Work our way down.
I look over at Callon. It's his size.
Oh, okay. So you're going to need a full-blown guy, right? You're going to need a.
Or a little.
I'm trying to give you what you want, because if I can give you what you want, then I can probably find it. Then we can go from there.
If you can't find someone his size, then we might have to purchase some extra armor.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I actually kind of know a guy that's. I have someone in mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little down on his luck, actually, but maybe this would be a good turning point for him. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to imagine. I don't know how you. Let me go ahead and let me talk to him. I'll tell him the cost, and he could probably come with you, and we'll. So he's going to have studded leather armor. So here's a question: after the whole adventure is done, does he get to keep these articles of clothing? So,
depends on how well he does.
Huh, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Is he going to have like means of protecting himself? Sword or something? Or are you planning on giving him to just like a short sword, something on the side in case?
Depends on what his skill level is. We will find out what he's best good at. If he's good at swinging a club, it'll be a club. If he can swing a sword, we can probably get him a sword.
Okay, excellent. Okay, all right, cool. Well, I will basically get him together. I know exactly who I'm. His name's Arnos, right? Okay. And he's a nice boy, right? He's young. He's made some mistakes, but I think all kids that age does. But he's more probably your speed for what you're doing. I think he's about 17 or so. He'll be your perfect. Maybe this will work out good. He needs something to do. Okay. See, his mom's just about done with him, so this will be good for him to kind of hang out with noble people like you. Right? What else can I do for you?
Does he have some strength to him?
What? Sorry.
Does he have some strength to him? Is he strong?
Yeah, he's. Well, how would you consider yourself strong? He's probably like yours size, maybe. Okay. He hasn't thickened out. He's still very lean. He's a teenager.
Gotcha.
He's still young.
Okay.
He's got some growing to do, but for right now, I mean,
yep.
Let's put it this way: he can help you carry probably up to 50 pounds of whatever and your torches. So
nice.
You get about 500 coins or so. You know what I'm talking? So yep.
Sounds
just kind of let you know. I mean,
what we may be able to do is we may be able to load him up with some studded leather and a bastard sword. You can swing it one-handed. Okay. Yeah. You can swing it one-handed, and if he needs to, if it really comes down to it, you can swing it two-handed.
Well, I'll tell you what. The thing is, like, if you could trade him, I see your friend, the tall dark guy over here with maybe if he can. Yeah, maybe you can show him a few things. You could probably be someone that you would like to have with you.
Yep.
I mean, he's looking for adventure right now, and I think this may be the best he's going to get.
Nice.
Right. I just have to talk his mom into it. That's all.
Yep. I understand.
Which I don't think will be a hard thing to do. Okay. Because it just recently happened.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So what else could I get for you?
This clothing that I picked out, and my brother here has picked out, and I think the dwarf has finally selected a couple of things. So,
okay. What you and your obviously clearly you two guys have modest taste. So your set of clothes, these things are really nice. I think for what you picked out, really a gold piece each. But the little guy, what is with his? Why does he want all this elaborate wear? This is this is expensive stuff. This is more like, this is stuff that we sell the upper crust of customers. I mean, does he? I'm just letting you know that your stuff between you and your brother, it's 1 gold piece. The stuff he's picking out, that's 10. So whatever that little guy is doing, Lanwean, he's either going to pull it back a little bit or get something else. And so, Lanwean picked out all this.
It wasn't Lanwean. It was Dale. Lanwean has his. Remember?
Oh, Lanwean. So well, the little I'm getting confused. Yeah, that guy right there. He's got the thing with the big religious symbol on it. That's like it's stitched in gold. It's a little over the top. I mean. I believe clergy should be a little modest, but if he's going to wear that, that's fine. I don't care, but that's expensive. That's cool or whatever. I'm sorry. Can I just tell you one thing before he leans in close to Kelsey and he says, "That's actually women's wear." I don't know if he knows that or not. So you might want to. I know he's smaller, so he's picking out the smaller stuff, but that's actually for like. So you might want to tell him to pick the.
Well, so. Callus, Callon gives him. It was 1 gold piece for the clothing for both of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Callon will spend a little bit of his gold. He'll pay for that, and we go over and we kind of redirect Dale to some other clothing, and Dale always. I like the fold of that. What is the feel? It's silk. And it's this. And Dale's like, I like. Oh yeah, that's right. He is. Laddie. I like this. And
Nate's got his hand like this on the bar. He's just kind of going like this, half embarrassed. Doesn't really know what to tell him. He doesn't want to just come out and say that's for women, but he's just letting it go.
Callus picks out an appropriate shirt and a pair of pants and something like that, and just hands it to him and says. This'll do for you. And Dale goes, all right, whatever. So
it was for a Buxton woman too. So it was kind of like it had like a lot of sag like in the front, and then it kind of it didn't look right on him. And there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it didn't fit his whatever. He was trying to.
So Dale accepts the clothes that Callus picked out, and he tosses a gold coin to Namen.
Cool. So he turns around and he's like, "Well, you guys are great customers. I'm getting a lot of action this morning. This is nice. What else can I get for my new best friends? I guess you might say."
We if you can hire someone that's going to stay with the horses, also, we may purchase some horses or the. But first, we gotta go visit some fewer folks, and we'll come back and check on you in a few hours.
Okay. Now, can I just say, like, one person with the horses is going to be harder than two people with the horses, or one person that kind of. Are you doing horses? Are you doing a mule and a cart? Horses are a little more expensive. I'm just like a horse. That's like 40 gold pieces. Let's see, a mule is 20. Mule and the wagon would be 20 plus 50. That's 70. If everyone's riding a horse, you got 4 of them. That's 160 for horses for you guys. I don't know if you're adding all this up. I don't know your money situation right now. So
Sure.
I'm just kind of putting this out here, but. You might want to say, hey, we're all going to have horses. We want a mule in the cart, and we want someone to kind of take the thing, and that's what we're going to do. That's fine. I'm just letting you know the cost of these things before we start.
No, I'm with you. I think it would make a lot more sense if we could purchase a mule and a cart and 2 people to guard it.
Cool. So between the mule and the cart, that would be 70 gold pieces.
Okay.
Right? Now, are you guys wanting horses, or are you guys going to walk?
If it's a mule and a cart, we'll walk. It's only 6 miles, and we have. But we're only going to buy the mule and the cart if you can hire 2 people that are going to guard it.
It's easier for me to get 2 people than 1 people.
I understand.
So if you have 2 people watching it, yes, it's easier because there's 2 of them. They can feel like they're not isolated, and they can take turns like being on point. Does that make sense?
Right. And we would pay those people half a gold piece each to stay with the mule and the cart, and it's 1 gold a day if they're staying with the cart, and Arnos gets 2 gold for going in with us.
Right.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
And what before I forget, right? You might want to feeding them. It's going to cost. When you're taking them out there, usually people say meals are included with this. Just putting it out there. So,
yep.
I think between all 3 of them, rations are one thing. You can also. Well, that's probably what you want to do. Like trail rations per day is around a half a gold piece.
Right.
So if you want to, usually people say, hey, we're going on this thing. You also want to make sure that,
right.
You don't want them going out looking for food and leaving your cart. Let's put it that way, right? So
yeah. So basically we're going to need at least 3 days of trail rations.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So that's going to be between those guys, 3 days, 3 times 3.5. So it's like 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
Is that fine? I'm just letting you know that.
That's fine.
Okay. So this would be 3 days. Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Nice. So let me go down the list. You got a torchbearer. I know his name's Arnos. I'm going to get him. All right. He'll help you, right? He's going to have studded leather armor. You can carry probably up to 500 coins easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty strong. 2 guys with a cart. I gotta have to hunt that one down. Make sure there's somebody that's going to do it. It may be rough, but we're talking like they'll be fed, taken care of, and back every night.
Yes.
Unless something happens, they can leave when it starts to turn dusk.
Yep.
Because there's knolls. I don't know if you know that. Knolls are between here. There's a knoll encampment.
There's a knoll encampment. No one's told us that.
Yes, they actually more at nighttime. They're going to come out. That's why no one goes out there at night. But they will smell you down on the road back, especially if you've been out there and if you've blood-soaked your weapons. They're going to smell blood. They'll come running. I'm just saying right now is that you want to get back before it's dark.
Yep. Makes sense.
We're just putting that out there. You got the clothes and you got a mule and a cart. Looks like you're pretty set. I'm trying to think of anything else that you might.
Water skins for them.
Water skin, great. Yes. Water skins. Shoot. See what I got here. He pulls out his book, starts going through stuff, and he says, "Yeah, they're a little pricey because they're new and they're pretty good, but they cost a gold piece each, unfortunately. So you're talking like 3 gold pieces. You fill them up, they last all day long. So
So I tell you what. So you're coming up at around 78 gold. Get me 2 reliable guys to watch this thing, to work the thing, and I'll give you 80 gold pieces for the mule, the cart, and the food, and the 3 water skins. And I want 3 reliable guys. 1 to go in with us, and I'll pay them 2 gold a day, and 2 to watch the mule and the cart, and they get a gold a day.
So he sits down, starts crunching the numbers. He said, "I think I'm getting kind of short on this. Let me explain to you why." He says 70 for the gold for the mule and the cart, right? I get that, right? 5 for food, so we're at 75. 3 for the water skins, right? So, and now you're saying you want 3 guys on top of that. That would put you at 81.
No, I'm paying the guys directly. I'm saying I will give you 80.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine then. That's
what I'm saying is I'm giving you a tip of 2 gold.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I did the math wrong. I apologize. You know, look, this is my job. I got to make sure I'm making something out of here, right? Yeah, it's fine with me. If that's the case, then I will take care of you, my friend. I'll make sure you get what you need, right?
All right.
If you pay the guys direct, that's cool. Okay, nice. Right.
Yeah.
So my advice is pay them at the end.
Yes.
Don't pay them because they might just take off with your cart. Just saying.
And the guys would work for me. Yep, I understand.
Okay, cool. All right. So what we're going to do is there anything else that you could think of?
If you could just direct us to the blacksmith, which I believe is right down the street here.
Sure. Let me see. Yeah, it's all the way down here is the Smitty. So he stands out the building. He walks out here and points this way. Sure. There's also the money changer, and trying to think of anything else that. Yeah, that's it. You go down and talk to the Smitty. That's fine. Just talk to them. You can pretty much put you on anything. Right. Just make sure when you talk to him, you call him Mr. Smitty.
Mr. Smitty.
And don't ask for a name. Just say Mr. Smitty. That's what he goes by. Just trust me on this one, right?
Gotcha.
He's kind of a gruff guy, but that's the kind of guy you want making your weapons. Right. So with that, he kind of sends you on your way, right? And as you walk all the way down, you come in, you smell like what it smells like, coal burning and stuff like this. You see this dude just bagging away, this muscly dude making stuff left and right, hard at work. He looks up for 1 second, kind of grunts at you, and gets back to it, just totally ignoring your presence. You assume you're looking at his display of a bunch of different weapons he has out. None of them magical, but they're all like, freshly made. They look nice, right?
Okay. Well, so Dale's armor is in pretty good shape. I mean, it just needs to be cleaned.
Right.
And he has his shield. They look around. The only person that really needs to be here is Lanwean. So Lanwean's going to stick around and talk to him, and Callus and Callon and Dale are going to go to the money lender, and they're going to leave Lanwean here purposefully, and they're not going to take Lanwean to the money lender.
Smart move. You're not coming, dude. You're not coming. All right. So what do you want to do? You want to mess with this guy first, and then
sure. Yeah. Lanwean kind of gets his attention.
Okay.
And says, I'm looking for, I'm a little guy, and sometimes when we're out there and we're venturing and these big bad guys are chasing me, I want something that I can throw on the ground that maybe would stop people from falling behind us. They're like caltrops. They're these little triangles that when you throw them, there's always one pointy side sticking up. Is there any way do you have any of those here?
He's banging. And he stops. And he goes, I don't make jewelry. And he keeps going back to it. Click, bang, bang, bang. He's working on the sword pretty hard. I don't think he understood you. Okay. I'm going to do a roll. Let's see what he does. So at this point, higher is better. He seems like he doesn't have any idea what the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
He's kind of totally ignoring you. If he doesn't know, he doesn't want to show he doesn't know. He just kind of keeps going at it.
Sure.
Just bang this thing, right? So yeah.
Lanwean pulls out a platinum piece
Okay.
And stands in front of him, but a few feet away, and kind of holds it out for him. Doesn't give it to him, just holds it out.
He just totally ignores him. So at this point in time, he's still banging on this thing. He kind of looks at the money, makes this kind of shrug, and just kind of goes to it. And he says, "I don't make jewelry," and he just keeps going at it.
And Lanwean says, "It's not jewelry. It's a weapon."
So he turns around, he takes the sword, and then places it back into the fire. He's sitting there looking this. He has his arms like this. His arms are beefed up. He's like this. He's just staring. He says, "Describe it again. I don't understand. What's it look like? I don't know. How big is it?"
Okay, one can fit in the palm of my hand, but you take two blades like this, and it's sharp on both sides, like a cross, and then you're going to put it on the side of your anvil, and you're going to bend this one this way, and you're going to bend the other this way, so that whenever you throw it, there's always a sharp side sticking up. So when a big bad monster gnoll is chasing you and they step on it, they hurt their feet.
All right, well, he's trying to think for a second, and then he's all right. Okay, so obviously you want this thing made out of iron.
Yes. Yeah,
How many can they? Does it have to be a blade? Can it just be a point?
Yes, it could be a point. Yeah, it could be like a really sharp nail.
Okay, all right. So how many?
I'd like to be able to toss it, and if Phil of Jerry, so could you do like 20 or 12?
He turns around, walks over, and he grabs like what appears to be some kind of fashioning wire of some sort.
Yeah.
And he takes it, and then he's like, kind of looks at it, and he says, and he goes over to the grindstone. And he's like wheeling it and tries to sharpen the edges of it. Right. He's flipping around, and he turns and he bends one. Right. Mm-hmm. Gets another one. Does the same thing. Sharpens it up, bends it, grabs another one, sharpens up, bends it. Right. It's kind of like some kind of hodgepodge tetrahedral looking thing. Right. And he's taking a look at it like this, and he says, then he turns around, he has all three of them kind of together. Then he turns around, he holds it on both ends with these giant clamps, and he puts it into the coal burning fire, right? Heats up to red hot, right? And then he says, hardest part's getting it to stick.
Yep.
So he says, I've never made these. He says, I don't know if this is going to work. So he takes it, and he's trying to, somehow he turns it, and he has like this, it's like a ring thing that kind of goes over the top, and he's banging the metals while they're still hot, trying to get them to adhere. And he's kind of like, he's trying to look at it a little bit, and they kind of stick together. He says, I tell you what, I'll give you 10.
Okay.
However, you got to tell me whether or not they work.
All right.
Because I'm hoping they work. Mm-hmm. But if someone steps on it wrong, maybe it just flattens out.
I tell you what we can do. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I will, you make them, and I'll tell you exactly how well they work. And if we can improve upon it, that'd be great. And you just let me know how much it costs for us to experiment with this. Because this could be, we could call it the new Mr. Smitty special.
Yeah. But you're still going to pay me, right?
Oh, yes.
So how much you give me for these?
I tell you what, I will give you how much would you take to, you're going to make 10 of them? Could I give you 15 silver pieces?
Well, you're holding up what were you holding up 5 seconds ago?
How about I give you this platinum piece here and another 10 silver pieces?
Really? Well, I can have these ready for you as soon as possible.
I think that'd be great.
Nice. I'll come up with a couple designs, and I will hopefully find one that works the best. When would you like these? When are you departing on your adventure? Obviously, it's the reason why you're carrying this.
We are going to be departing tomorrow morning, but I would love to be able to pick them up by the end of this evening. I get some things.
They will be ready by this evening. You come by and pick them up. No problem.
Well, you know what, Mr. Smitty, I got faith in you. Here's a platinum piece right now, and here's your 10 silver.
I am really worried about you.
You know, I've recently
because not everybody is as honest as me, but Mr. Smitty's always honest. You'll have your stuff by this evening.
You know, Mr. Smitty, back in the Shire, they always told me I was the best judge of character.
Nice. I like that. So he turns around and he starts fashioning the wires. He's on it. So he immediately starts working on this whole thing. He's trying to come up with designs. He's messing with it. So if you want, he could take off. We could talk to the other boys over at the.
So Callon and Dale are going to head to the money changer.
Okay.
All right.
I would die to use this guy. I saw his picture. I'm excited about this guy. All right.
Oh, great.
This is gonna be fun, right?
So we go in the door, and by the way, so we go in the door, and what do we see? It's probably a big.
Oh, it's a room. He's got glass cases.
Oh, wow.
All sorts of fancy stuff like ivory tusk stuff, silver cups, crystal decanters, jade stuff, all this stuff. It looks like a pawn shop. Like, so it's got just tons of stuff all around, right? Mm-hmm. He's the big guy. He's got stains down the front of his shirt, except clearly it's an expensive garment he has on.
Right.
He's sitting there and he has a tankard and he keeps taking swigs out of it. He keeps burping like very loudly. And he's got like a little book and he's just writing things down on it. And he's picking things up, flipping it back and forth and putting it down. And he's just like, look, and some guys are with him right now. And he's like saying, well, how much is it? And he goes, junk. And he goes, I have no time. He just pushes it all off onto the floor. He says, get out of here. And the guy tends to turn around and get upset. And just right when the guy starts like saying something, this mercenary looking guy in the corner gets up off a chair and comes walking over, and the guy picks up all his stuff and then runs out the door. And clearly the guy, maybe he was trying to swindle him, maybe he wasn't. It's hard to tell, right? Yeah. So the guy's sitting there, and this guy turns around and he has the smell of like bacon wrapped in leather that's been baking in the sun. He doesn't smell good. He's sitting there, he smells like someone rubbed an onion all over his face. He's sitting there and he says, what?
All right. At this point, Callon is going to go over to the corner farthest away from them and just kind of stand quietly. Mm-hmm. Dale's going to start eyeballing, looking at especially anything that has gems in it. Dale's kind of looking because he's a dwarf and he likes gems and stuff like that. Sure. Callon's going to step forward and to the big guy that came up and scared him away. Callon says, greetings, Klaus. Nice to see you again. And to Willis, he says, we were sent to come talk with you because Lord Binfor had sent us to the Caves of Chaos, and we were told that we could park some money here, and you also might be able to purchase some jewelry from us.
I don't know. Let me see what you got. Just let me see. Here, just put it on the table.
And I'm assuming that is Klaus that chased the guy out. Was that wrong? You said a big guy. I thought Klaus was Willis.
It's not Klaus.
Oh,
Klaus,
okay.
I don't know. He was working for Namen for the longest time. I don't know where he went.
Oh, I got you.
My
apologies.
Look, first of all, this is the deal. I don't know you. You come in here talking to me like you do. So you're already on my bad side. It's very easy. you don't have to do all that stuff with me. Look, it's about money. It's about stuff. Right now, you haven't shown me any stuff, and I'm not showing you any money. So we're at this. So unless you have something you want to show me, money, that's fine.
Callus pulls out that necklace, the ivory bracelet, and the gem, and I put them on the counter. And I ask him how much he would give us for those, and how much would it be to rent a lockbox here.
So when you put the necklace down, right? He immediately says, "Hi, Fred. Oh, I did not know what I was dealing with. I am so sorry for my. There's so many people trying to put stuff here that's not worth anything. I apologize. My name's Willis. It's nice to meet. What is your names? I'm sorry. You are. Who are you?
It is such a pleasure to meet you, Willis. My name's Callus, and I certainly understand. We deal with so many undesirables. We run into them all day long.
Oh, I know. I did not know that I was dealing with people that actually had some taste. It's always nice to do something.
And we perfectly understand. We've been out and about. We've been dealing with some. It is perfectly understandable.
So this is what. So you have. This looks like a. Let me look at this again. This is a beautiful necklace. Where would you have gotten something like this? Because.
Well, I believe.
Whoa. You see this on the back end of this necklace right here?
I did not. What does it say?
It's funny you say, what does it say? It's written in kobold.
Yeah, because that's where we found it. We found it in a kobold cave over at the
No. This is a kobold chieftain signature on the back of this.
Right. The kobold chieftain.
Oh, wait, you said right. You're saying the only way you don't find these things, you kill for them.
Which would be because we found it next to the corpse of the kobold king chieftain that we killed. Yes. That would be absolutely correct. Willis, nothing gets by you, buddy.
Clearly. Wow.
If you don't want it, you don't have to take it.
No.
What you can do is you can give us a lockbox to put it in.
No. This is worth something pretty big. This is I'll be honest with you, it's 600 gold pieces.
Dale, yeah, it's worth more than that, laddie. Well,
I don't know. Well, who do you think you could sell it to for that? I mean, it's really beautiful. He holds it up, looks at it. He's kind of going back side by side. It's not damaged or anything. So, however you got it off him, you didn't hurt it getting it off. I must say that much right now. Yeah, I don't. I can go 800. I can go 800.
800.
800.
Could you do 9?
No, I can't do 9.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's nice looking. It's the fact that I don't know.
I understand.
This will have to go somewhere. You know where this has to go? This will probably be sold up at Bard's Gate.
Sure.
Maybe someone in Fair Hill. You can't have this thing around here. That's for sure. It's got to move out of this place.
The Callus says, I understand that you can't do more than 8, but you could give us 800 and a secure lockbox to put our other treasures in, which you could charge us a percentage of to keep safe.
That I can do.
Okay.
That I can do. That's not a problem.
So now we're talking. So if you do the necklace at 800, which you and I both know is well below what it's worth, but I understand your limitations. This is Callus. I understand where you're coming from. I understand the complexity. This unlike my friend Dale here, who does not. But if you do 800 for the the necklace,
Mm-hmm.
and then the ivory bracelet. How much can you do for that?
He takes it. He's kind of holding it. I have another one just like it right there on the counter. It's not moving. I don't know. 50 gold pieces.
Done. 50 is yours.
50's fine. Okay. 850.
Fine.
All right.
Oh, harumps. He says, but this gem, I'm thinking 200.
Tell you what, I don't really like to mess with the. I mean, I do jewelry, I do ornate weapons and stuff. You probably want to take it to the gem guy.
Okay. All right.
I think
so.
Jedidiah is the guy you want to kind of take it to, and
so
he'll probably give you a better price for those things. He can do more with them. He honestly, he's looking for something in particular, so he probably would want to see whatever you got there. I'll be honest with you. Right. So I just don't want you to wait. I'm just being honest. Since we're working out deals, he'll be your better pick. You pick gems, you take it to him. He's the guy. All right.
I understand. All right. So and you can exchange some of our money for gold, and we can keep our gold here, right?
Yeah, that's probably well. You either keep it down in the loan box downstairs.
How much? And so when I take it for selling you that necklace for 800, we're renting a loan box for the four of us. Well, for my group.
For your group, yes.
All right. So please understand that myself, my brother Callon over there, and Dale can retrieve money from this loan box.
Okay.
Now we have another friend. He's a halfling thief. He might be along Lanwean. He can put things in the money box, but nothing comes out of the money box unless the three of us are here.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I understand how they are.
Thank you.
We have many of those that come in and try to do something. We don't let any halflings pull anything out of any boxes here.
It isn't that Lanwean. He's got a good heart. He's got a good soul. It's just things tend to get misplaced around him.
Well, every one of these lock boxes we have here, even the gate going in, is trapped with the poison needle.
Understood.
Yeah. So if you tell your friend he may die, maybe he won't do what you think he might do to get to your stuff that's in this box.
We've already had a conversation with them, and I believe that your wares are safe. Everything's safe inside this keep. All right. So copper pieces. We're going to load up, I guess. And I'm sorry, this is stepping out of the game, but so you're comfortable with walking around with like a couple hundred coins, right? Like 100 gold is fine, but more than that.
For what? Per person for weight?
Yeah, per person per weight. I mean, I guess at what part do we start dealing with encumbrances?
Let me see. It's pretty light. Let's see if I can find it in the ball. Oh, here we go. You know what? I mean, I'll find it in 1 second. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Cut all this out. Oh, here we go. So base movement speed, right?
Yeah.
Some of your guys will make, like, everyone's going about, I'd say everyone moves up about a rate of 9, right? That's pretty much what we're going at. That's up to 100 pounds. Now, if you go up 50 pounds, then you're going down to a base movement of 6. So at 300 pounds, which means that's quite a bit. That's like your maximum. So how this is done, okay, is if we look back in the strength part of the book, it's a little screwy. I pay attention to it when people start carrying boats and stuff on their head or something like this.
Yeah.
So someone with an 18, relatively speaking. So it's really kind of weird. It's like you have it's kind of weird the way it's not as nice and neat as I would want it to be. You can get up to 350 pounds, but you're moving really slow.
Yeah. So I think,
you do 150 pounds, and you think about 50 pounds is 500 coins, and you're moving at a rate of 9, right? So that's.
Yeah, I guess to simplify all this, what we're going to do is we're going to put the 1,000 gold pieces in here too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 1,850 gold pieces in the lockbox, and
like 180 pounds. There's no one carrying that much.
Yeah. So we're going to put that 1,000 in there, and then the copper pieces. I take it's 100 copper for 1 gold.
Yeah. 10 silver for a gold, 100 copper for a gold. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to exchange all of our copper.
Right.
Well, yeah, at least, we'll just make the math easy. We'll do.
There's an exchange rate. Just let you know, it's 10%. So anything you trade up or down.
So I'm gonna give him 119 copper, and I guess that's gonna turn into 1 gold. About, I'm just, and then Callon's going to do the same. Give him he has 117 copper. I know I'm losing out on this, but that's 104 gold. So he gets 1 gold, and Dale, he only has 51 copper on him. So I guess, I've given the other copper. So if it's all together, I guess he gets 5 silver out of that.
That's fine.
Yep. All right. That works.
Yeah.
So their weight's down. At this point, Lanwean pops in.
Oh, great.
What you guys up to? Well, we've rented a lockbox here, and we're exchanging our copper for our gold at this point, so it's easier to carry. And so Lanwean gives him exactly 110 copper.
He would, wouldn't he?
He exactly. The gold piece and counts it out for his one gold piece.
Cool.
So he keeps 1 copper on him. All right. Great. So that's the money exchanger. Now we think Willis and we get a key for this lockbox.
Yes. Who's holding the key?
Callus, of course.
He's the manager. He manages this operation.
Yes. Well, especially since the ranger can't hire anybody.
That's true.
All right. So he's got a key to lockbox. We thank Master Willis for his time and his attention. And Callus writes down on a piece of paper, parchment, 1,850.
Put you in lockbox number 11. He takes you down a set of stairs that's out around back. It's just going to go down.
Okay.
And it's basically an entire ironclad kind of room.
Ooh.
And there's a gate. He turns around and he has a lock, a thing around his neck.
Okay.
To open the main door.
Right.
Then he opens it, and there's like a small hallway with like little closets on the sides. And he says, "This is yours right here, like here." And there's nothing in there. And clearly your key just fits right into the hole. You turn it, the thing opens up very easily.
Nice.
And you guys take all your whatever. How much would you put everything in there? So what's the total of everything you're putting in there? I guess you could just write it all down.
Sure. Well, what we're putting in there is 1,850 gold pieces.
Okay.
But because that's what he's given us for the that's what Lord Binfor gave us, and that's what he's given us for the jewelry. Now, what I left on the characters is their platinum, their gold, and their electrum and silver that they have. So
okay, cool.
Nobody has more than 200 coins on them.
Cool, that's fine. So basically, he in that whole thing, there's plenty of space in the thing, right? So he takes it back, and then he kind of says, "All right, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to now close this thing right now and use your key to lock it."
Yep.
All right, so then he comes in and he puts his key. There's two locking mechanisms. So not only him and you both have to lock it. So we're making sure you understand. So he locks it underneath of it, right?
Mm-hmm. And Dale turns to Lanwean and says, "Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything, laddie."
So when he gets done locking it all up, he turns around and he says, "Okay, says it'll be protected here." And he says,
"Yeah,
that's where we are." He says, "That's the only key in existence. Just letting you know. So something happens, stuff stays in here forever."
No, and I perfectly understand, and I expect that there's going to be a monthly charge for this.
Yeah, it's he looks at it, he says, right now I'm including it for the first month is taken care of, right? Okay. After that, it'll be a 10% what you pull out of it.
Gotcha.
But I don't foresee you being here past a month. For all I know.
You never know.
You guys don't come back and get it. It stays and pretty much becomes part of the vault until someone unearths it.
One of us will come back.
It's good here for 5 years before we decide we're going to crack the locks to pull it out.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you very much, Master Willis.
Sure.
All right. So we leave the shop. It's all locked up.
Sure.
And Callon is going to go and clean his armor, clean his gear. Dale's going to go pray. Oh, I know what. They go back to the room. They're all kind of, and Callus is going to at this point put 2 webs and 2 magic missiles in his wand.
Cool.
So that means I got to roll the 20-sided dice 4 times.
Oh, what's the rule? You can't hit a what?
Can't hit a 1.
All right, 4 times. No 1.
If I hit a 1,
it blows up.
The wand's toast, or whatever. You tell me. A 1.
What happens? It blows up. Someone's getting hurt. We'll see what happens. The fireball is going to explode. Go ahead.
Good Lord. Okay.
Roll it.
13.
1. That's 1.
5.
That's 2.
4.
3.
7. Okay.
So what all's in your wand right now?
Sure. What I was able to put in there is, I still have 1 fireball. I've got 2 webs, and I have 3 magic missiles, and that is it only holds 10 charges. It's 3 charges for the fireball, 2 for a web, and 1 for each magic missile. Okay. So 3 magic missiles is 3 charges. 2 webs is 4 charges. That's 7, and then the 1 fireball is 3 because I can't put a fireball in there because I don't know fireball.
Exactly.
I have the scroll, but I have to get level 5 to learn the thing.
Okay, cool.
All right, so he's all done. I guess, and then what we can do is, Dale's going to go to the cathedral or the church to pray.
Okay.
And Callus is going to go and try to there's some other people we need to talk to. You said trying to remember names here. It was I don't need to sell the gem right now. There was the Sage, Halvard, and Debra the Apothecary.
Right.
Yeah, Callus is going to go. Callus is interested in. He wants to learn more spells, but he also wants to learn more about this eye thing. Who's to talk to first? Well, let's go talk to Debra the Apothecary.
Okay. So you're in your room. You go down. You ask Jonas. I mentioned something about some apothecary. Oh, it's right around the corner. The room at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk over, and she's like, clearly she's got all these herbs and everything hanging out everywhere, kind of thing. You come up, knock on the door, and obviously it's just out on the top, like right on the front porch area. She's got a bunch of things hanging. She sees you. She just barely kind of like talks much. She just kind of looks at you, just kind of nods gently, and turns around and just kind of leaves the door open and kind of like sort of asking you, inviting you in, right? So you come in, and then she walks back, and she's got all this stuff spread open. Like obviously she makes tons and tons of potions of some sort, right? And she goes, "What can I do for you?"
I like your shop. My name is Callus. I hail from Elbendor. My mother is a spell weaver, and well, this reminds me of her.
She looks at you in a very skeptical way, just kind of like what she looks right there. Just kind of like she kind of hears people.
I start naming some of. I start looking at some of the items, and I explain to her, say, I am a mage, and we recently went to the Caves of Chaos for Lord Binfor, and we're planning on going back. There's a great amount of evil which is collecting over there. You wouldn't happen to have any potions of healing or anything that might be able to help us in our adventuring quest?
She goes, well, just because you were just naming some of the herbs in here, it tells me that you have seen some of these things in here. I mean, what are you looking for in particular, as far as like you say, what kind of healing do you need done?
Well,
there's mental, there's spiritual, there's physical.
It would be nice if you had any physical healing potions, especially. I have, between you and me, I've accidentally. I'm not the most accurate with these dagger darts I pull out. I occasionally throw them in the back of my partners. It would be nice to be able to heal them after I've accidentally hurt them. I should probably just stop throwing them, to be honest with you. I'm a little better at the magic than I am with these things.
She kind of goes like, she gives you this look right here. And then she turns around and says, she walks over and goes down her shelf. There's a bunch of glass vials. She goes down and she's reading this thing, and she pulls two out and goes and says, these two can help you with this problem. And then you kind of you look at it, they're very light blue in color. They're small. They're not as big as the ones you normally see.
Okay.
And she goes, I'm sorry, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at making. This is not my strongest things that I make. And it only does 1d4 plus 1 healing, so it's a smaller healing potion type thing.
Yeah.
And it takes me at least, I just got cleared out by somebody going in on a journey, so I've only have 2 here available.
What are your strengths? What are the things that you're good at making?
Most of the people come here for soothing release. Things when they're stretched or you feel, I don't know what the word for is, just kind of a lot of anxiety recently because of what's been going on with out there towards the caves.
Yeah, we got the sense of that there's there seems to be a great amount of evil that's being collected that is gathering in those caves.
There's been a lot. So my potions are expensive. Just to let you know, they are not cheap for what they do.
Understand.
These two right here, they're 50 gold pieces each.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to and you I may have to go make a withdrawal from the where we
stops for 1 second. She looks and she goes, this one over here, she points over, and it's kind of like a light red color.
Yeah.
She brings over, she goes, he would probably benefit from that. She points at Callon, and that's 150 gold pieces.
And what would this do?
Take away his nightmares. You are having, aren't you? You have that look.
He has had nightmares. Okay.
Shushes Callus.
Huh?
She goes. She shushes you, Callus. She shushes Callus. Yeah. Come here.
Callon steps forward.
Calls Callon over.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Callon's there, she takes and she puts her hands up next to him, looks up both sides of his eyes. You saw something you weren't supposed to see.
And he says, he turns to Callus and says, she is like mother.
And then he says, I don't think this potion will fix you, but the nights when the nightmares are really bad, it'll let you get through that night. But there's something else that you need to have done to you before you're going to be fine again. But this will get you through that night. I mean, you don't need it right now, but I can tell you will need it coming up. And when it happens, you may want to have this potion. I'm not open 24 hours a day.
So Callon says, and this is 150 gold pieces for this?
Yes.
Callon gives her 10 platinum pieces. That's 100, right?
I thought platinum's worth 5 gold pieces. Is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it?
I'm just living in it. How much?
We can make platinum worth.
It's up to you. You tell me.
Make it worth 10. That makes it easier. It helps my brain. I can't do half of the crap.
Okay.
So you give her 10?
Yeah. So
wow.
So that would be that would be 100 gold. So I need to come up with 50 more.
Right.
And I have 100. Okay, so I give her 10 platinum pieces and 50 gold pieces.
Cool. She hands it to you.
Okay.
And she says, do not take this to where you're going. You leave this here.
Okay.
You understand? You leave this inside the keep. You do not take this with you.
All right.
If the wrong person is to drink this, you would have a big problem. Do you understand?
No, I most certainly understand. And I'm only supposed to drink this at night when I have the bad dreams.
If you have the nightmares, you can have it. It's going to stop whatever may ail you in the next day.
Okay.
However, it doesn't cure you. It just
I understand.
It'll help immensely.
Yeah. I got you. And Callus says, all right. Callus gives her 50 gold pieces. I'm taking off his character sheet for just one of those potions.
Okay.
I'm going to put light blue healing potion 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. And then Callus asks her, you wouldn't happen to know any, is there a mage around here that may share some of their spells, their scrolls that they have?
The only person that could probably is Jedidiah. He actually looks at gems. He's probably the only one that's even close, other than the actual wizard of the court. But I'll be honest with you, I would not trust the wizard of the court.
And why is that?
He seems too young to be a wizard. So it's either one of two things happen. Either he has stolen magic.
Understand?
Or he's not what he appears to be.
Well, we will accept your wisdom and heed your words. Thank you very much. Where can we find Jedidiah the
just right next door.
Oh, well, thank you. You have been more than kind. Thank you very much. And if you want mine,
see you in the future, I assume.
We will certainly see you in the future if the gods are willing.
And obviously, as you walk in the door, you just turn around. I think you come into here as Jedidiah. Yep, there he is.
Oh,
all right. So, yeah, so very a big guy, but he's like looking at gems individually, things one-on-one. He also has like a whole bunch of books, kind of half-written spell type things that are really kind of confusing and stuff. That it's a hodgepodge mix of stuff, right?
Nice. So
it's a little kind of messy as far as things are concerned. It's not really super organized. He sees you guys when he walks in. He just nods hello, and
hello?
He's still looking at all these different things. And other than that, he's kind of preoccupied with what he's doing.
Sure. Callus, we're just going to kind of peruse, look around if he doesn't mind. Callus is looking at the books. Do any of these look like they're old spell books or spells or scrolls?
I think they're like really journals from adventurers and tombs and stuff like that. It's really kind of, most of it's written kind of badly. A lot of them are, how would you say, stained or degraded from age. At the time, like you're kind of walking through, he stops what he's doing as he's looking up at this thing, and he looks over and he says, "You have a small one with you."
Callus says, "That we do. Lanwean, would you mind waiting outside the door? And Dale, do you mind waiting with him?"
He kind of looks and says, "I mean, I've just had enough dealings. After dealing with Fing and Otep, I don't let anybody in underneath a certain height. I don't let children in my store." That's what he says in a very kind of like condescending and almost nasty way.
Lanwean says, "Well, I wouldn't want you to deal with any children." He walks out the door. And
he turns around, he puts down what he's examining, and he turns around and he says, "So what can I help you with?"
Dale steps outside the door also. Callus reaches in and pulls out his gem. He says, "I was told that you might be interested in purchasing this." Huh?
What color is this gem?
You said it was red, I believe, and I wrote down, I don't know why I wrote down gem 300 gold pieces.
Right. He immediately gets excited and grabs the gem and starts looking at it, holds up to light, and he turns it back and forth, and he goes, and he puts it down. He says, "I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Maybe you can get this for me."
Okay.
Somebody brought me a gem one time that had a ram's head skull in it.
A ram's head skull.
You can find me one of those. I would be much obliged. I'd pay you good money for that.
Well, money is one thing. We're also interested in, or I'm interested in, any magic scrolls, anybody's magic book that they had spells written in.
You have something. Let's see
what is most precious to me is knowledge.
He's like pulling it out and shoving back all these different scrolls and stuff like this, and he finds one, and he finds a really nice one. Here's what he says. Here's a nice one. He puts it down. It's a bone tube. It looks like it was made out of a femur. Right? He says, "This is a scroll of protection."
Oh. Scroll of protection of any certain type? Yeah, do you mind if I take a look at it? I won't cast it.
He says, sure, you can take a look at it.
Okay, so I look at it.
It's a cleric spell. You can't use it.
Yeah. So
He says, DJ, so what do you think about it?
This unfortunately isn't what I was looking for. I was looking for more of a scroll along the line of that a magic user could use, that a mage, a wizard. But this is a very, very nice scroll.
It's like this. He pulls out another scroll because like this, and this one is actually in a metal tube.
Okay, I take a look at that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also a scroll of protection.
But this is for a mage.
Yeah, protection against metal.
Interesting. Protection against metal. And how much would you want for what are you asking for this scroll?
1,000 gold pieces.
1,000 gold pieces. Okay. Well, I can't purchase this from you right now, but I'll come back for it.
Here's another one. Wait. So
okay.
He takes that one. Here's another scroll protect. I don't know if this would be of any interest in you. And he pulls it out. He shows it to you, and he says, "This is a scroll of protection against magic."
Oh. And how much do you want from this?
2,500 gold pieces.
So this one's 2,500.
Yes. And the best part about it, scroll of protection of magic, it makes a 10-foot radius. And it lasts, check this out, it lasts for a half hour, 30 minutes.
That I'm very interested in both of these. I would like to collect as many spells as I can to increase my knowledge. I, however, can't spend all of the party's money on just my interest. What I can do, though, we have to take care of a few other things. But if I found a ram's head scroll,
it's not a scroll; it's a gem.
Oh yeah, if I found a ram's head gem skull, but it's a skull on the gem, right? It's a ram head skull on the gem.
No, it's not. It's in the gem.
It's in the gem.
Yes.
Oh. Now I'm picking up what you're laying down. Okay, so there's a gem with a ram's head skull inside it. If we found that, would you be able to part with these scrolls and some additional money?
Yeah.
We're taking all the risk.
First of all, you need to find one, and then work it out from there.
Okay.
Does that sound like doable?
That sounds doable, but if we can't find one, then I need to come up with 2,500 for the magic and 1,000 for the metal. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know anybody around here that would have any rings of protection, bracers of protection, cloaks of protection, something that could help
fresh out.
Yeah.
Usually, all magical type items. I'm the one that at the keep pretty much keeps track of them all. I'm a little low right now. Adventures have come and gone, and many of them haven't swapped anything in or out.
Do you have any staffs on you?
Oh, fresh out.
No. All right. Well, and these are your only scrolls that you have.
Right now, I'm sure that a few days something else will show up.
Okay. Well, Master Jedidiah, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and we hope to meet with you again.
Sure. I do have one last scroll.
Oh.
You seem very, very interested in something.
I am. I'm interested in learning as much as I can about this world.
The only problem with it is that it's a little unreadable by me. So I don't know how to charge you for it. So it's kind of like I look at it, I can't really make it all out, and I guess the only way you can really figure out what it does is when you cast it. So
do you mind if I look at it and examine it first?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, so the scroll, it's like in a wooden tube.
Mm-hmm.
Very unassuming.
All right.
You can see parts of it. It kind of puts things together in a way that seems really, really. It appears to be a polymorph spell of some sort.
I am interested in this. I will give you the gem for it.
Okay, that sounds like a good. No guarantees. I can't really read this. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it does?
I'm going to have to study it some more. There is some magic here. It's something about a change. I'm willing to give you the gem for it.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Once again, I think the thing is, like, I really do. If you find magic items you cannot use, you personally, and you want to kind of exchange, swap, or whatever you want to do, that's this place to come. I'll totally take care of you, right?
Well, I understand, and I appreciate. But if you don't, if you let me know if you come across any staffs, a staff that a magic user could use,
sure,
I may be able to trade with you. Staffs are one.
And the problem is that when I get stuff, usually sometimes a group of fighters, a lot of times go off to adventure towards the caves and other things. They come back with items that they don't want to use nor mess with because there's an aversion towards magic. You know how it works. Yeah, sure. And those are the ones that usually I get the best stuff from. It's the people that don't know what they got. Usually, there's been several parties that went out recently, so I'll find if they come back with something. I sure would. You just check back with me in a day, every other day. I see what I got.
Do you have any other magical items, or do you have any things that you're not sure if it's magic items?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's like looking through his books and kind of looking at stuff a little bit, and he's kind of like, I'm still trying to figure out what some of these things are, and somehow, I don't feel good like selling some of these things because I'm really not 100% sure what there are, and I don't. And about it's like I'll be honest with you. If I give you something that ends up, how would I say this nicely? you doing something crazy and stupid and it comes back on me, I don't want to be kicked out of the keep.
Oh no,
reason why I have to
understand.
be really almost as certain as possible that things do what they do. Like I say, the one scroll I'm giving you, I kind of felt like it's probably nothing, but if I find something else that I feel pretty confident about what it's about, and you read it, you seem good about it, then then that's out there. I try not to put too much of the magic out, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty much a gem dealer, but the magic is on the side, kind of thing. I just want to make sure that I'm not getting myself up Lord Binfor's bad list. So,
sure, no, I perfectly understand. If maybe I could be of help, though, would you like for me to see if any of these items are of strong magic? I could be of assistance to you.
I'll tell you what. I'd rather. I do my studies. I've been doing this for years, and
Okay.
I finish what I'm doing. And if I find something, let's see how you do. What we'll go from there. Let's put that.
Actually, well, thank you for your time, and I give them the gem.
Okay.
And I take the scroll.
Okay. Cool. That's nice.
All right. So
we are officially at the 2-hour mark, I think, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I think we could wrap this up by Lanwean goes by and to pick up the caltrops.
Let's do that. Okay.
And then we go back and gear up. All right. So we go back and Lanwean. Hey, Mr. Smitty.
He says, "Oh, let me see what you got." So sure enough, he calls you over. And he looks at these things. He says, "These things. Look at this." And he kind of throws them at the ground, and they're almost like a spring. They bounce up and they kind of fall to the ground a little bit. And of course, every time you throw them, one of the spikes stands up.
Oh.
He goes, "I don't know. I tell you what. I don't know if it's really going to kill anybody, but it'll slow them down."
That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for if a pack of gnolls are on my back, I can slow them down a little bit.
Or you could also lay them out, and if someone's coming walking down the hall trying to following behind you, you'd hear them. That's for sure. If someone stepped on this, you'd hear them down the hallway.
I'm telling you, Mr. Smitty, that head is more than just a hat rack.
Well, let me know if anything bad happens, but I truly think that these things are going to be a distraction at the very least. This will be. I'm very curious. I wish I could watch the fun happen.
Yeah, with you in your arms, I wish you were with us too. So he's going to put him in his gear, and so he has
10 of them.
He has 10 of these. Okay, so 10 caltrops.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So just to kind of let you know, if there's let's say if you had like a 5x5 block, I guess in Schmeppy, that'd be like a trap. If you had them, and you basically, if the hallway's 10 across, then it's just it's a two-sided roll, 1 or 2 or whatever, 50-50. They step on them. I'm just kind of letting you know. Yeah, that's how we'll roll that thing. So it makes a little more sense, right?
Yeah, unless I mean, I guess I could sprinkle 5 in one and 5 in the other, or I could just toss it and see where they land.
That's true. I guess if you put it like that, they have to do a saving throw.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. They might miss them.
So
it's all a matter of it's just a shot. Yep.
It's still it's fun. It's gonna be fun on those gnolls. Anyways,
you're being chased by gnolls. All right. So then on the way, so then we go to Namen, and I guess we find out if Namen was able to hire people.
Yeah, we're gonna finish that. Our next
tomorrow?
session, I'm gonna give you guys names and give you something to do with you. Is that cool?
All right. So then the next time we play, we're gonna go to visit Namen, get those things. Then the next morning we're going to be off, and Lanwean has to meet Seamus out there about half a mile on the road.
Seamus, with the stuff.
If Seamus does show
I
up.
other guys are going to take it. But he goes up to some seedy character handing some stuff up to Lanwean. I can just see Dale rolling his eye.
Yeah. Well, and I was making sure because I wrote down that I believe I owe him 50 gold pieces still. All right. So yeah, I've saved that for him.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, yeah, we're good.
Nice. All right. This has been fun.
Yeah.
You're almost ready for your next big adventure.
Yeah, and I guess you
did write down like all that scroll, right? You have it on your list of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. What I wrote down is scroll of polymorph ?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
We're not sure.
That's it.
And then a light blue potion of 1d4 + 1. Yeah. And then on Callon, I wrote the light red potion must stay in the keep.
Yeah.
And then helps with the nightmares.
Yes. Good.
So even though he passed his saving throw, we still have to go get that. So the saving throw, he passed it, now he gets a +2 the next time?
No. So let's put it this way. Okay, so if he failed his saving throw, today, any skill check he does, he has to roll, all our skill checks are he gets a +2 on all his rolls, which means it's harder for him to pass a skill check.
Okay.
All his 2 hit rolls are -2.
Okay.
If it would have gone 2 days of failed saving throws, it's now a -4 almost.
Okay.
So what happens is, suppose he gets, tonight he takes a nap, he goes to sleep, wakes up, he fails his saving throw, he takes the potion, he doesn't get any negatives on it.
Gotcha.
So it kind of keeps the negatives from happening. Does it make sense?
Yeah, and so he's gonna have to
he's off the shakes, I guess you might say.
So he's gonna have to every day roll for this remove curse spell until, even if he passes, then he gets no negatives, but we got to keep doing this until we get something to remove the curse.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got this until you get her
curse
situation. Yes.
That works.
Well, it's going to suck. Yeah, until you dig one up.
Well, we have a personal reason to go back now. We got to find this thing to remove the curse. That works. Cool.
Exactly. Sounds like fun. All right. We're going to go ahead and break for here, man. I had fun. This is cool.